Good day, everyone. Be right there. Just setting things up. And we're golden. We're live. We are live. All right. Cool. All right. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Welcome to this week's Coherence Meditation. For anyone that is not aware, we hold these every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Our main YouTube channel is over on Cosmic Gaia Community channel. And if you want to click the QR code, it's right up there for you, nice and easy. And we restream over to YouTube and Facebook while we hold our live Zoom events here. We do restream over there. So if you are over there, please give us a like, share, subscribe, do everything you can to broadcast, to spread this message out to everyone that you feel can benefit from these. Our main YouTube or our main link that you can find the information for our weeklies on, including email reminders for our newsletter. Everything else there is freedomsnap.org/Seth. And from there, you can add the calendar invite to your device's calendar and join the newsletter. So the format of our CMs of our coherence meditations we've actually switched up in the past month or so. So the first like 10 or 15 minutes, we'll have maybe some brief discussions and we'll get right into it. And seeing that a lot of people actually get pretty deep in this, we'll usually end the Zoom meeting so that you can continue off on your own. And I guess the next correspondence you'll receive from us then would be an email. So, okay. Did I miss anything, Seth?
No, I think
I keep trying to formulate all this stuff weekly.
Thorough as always. It's so welcome, Greg. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. So off to you then, man.
Thank you. So, all right. Tonight we're going to do something that we've kind of always planned on doing, but that hadn't kind of worked itself out until yesterday, actually, or the day before at latest. And let's be real for a minute. If we are to just totally look at the sum total collective experience that each and every one of us are having together, it becomes kind of obvious, whether we're in denial or not, that as a society, we have grown up in a world working for a system, for a job that is really stressful, that maybe we don't want to be in, being subjected to authoritarian, draconian-like behaviors from all these people who are quote unquote in charge. And if we start to get out of the way, if we start to deviate from what the world expects us, then we get afraid and we get right back into it. And the thing is even when the world tries to make us afraid, we don't know that we don't have to take the bait. We can actually do the opposite. We can be like, oh, okay, the fear signal is a reason to be empowered. You know, like me with I tell people I do 15 to 20 minute ice showers every single night, cold as could be. And what did I do? I knew the health benefits of it because I'd experienced it throughout my life in a way that I knew that consistent cold exposure would allow my body to adapt and become stronger and healthier. And everyone's like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you know, and science is proving it. They're like, but how do you actually do it? How do you get in a shower for 10 to 15 to 20 minutes of just cold? And the answer is I had to literally train myself to love the feeling of the cold water when it hit my body. Everything is the opposite, right? We're all like, oh, we cringe. We don't want any, but I took all of that and I intentionally turned it into, thank you. Thank you. I literally, if I felt myself being like, I'm going to go on that new cringe thing. No. I generated energy. I generated energy and I overcame my own fear response. Now, obviously, if we're in a situation where we need to be afraid because it'll save our life, that's obvious. But 99.99999% of the time, we are our worst enemy. A lot of the prisons that we are in mentally, emotionally, physically, yeah, they have some kind of something caused it, right? Some kind of intense fear-based experience that traumatized us or endorsed our need to feel afraid. And we don't know because nobody ever helped us get through this stuff and realize that little commitments to changing your own biochemistry, your own ability to generate awareness that transcends the limitations that most of us have accepted as normal. And it doesn't take that many of us to do that and to inspire each other to do that. And then the things that we were afraid of, the people who got in our face and said, you got to do what we tell you to do. When we wake up in the morning, we're like, oh, I got to go do this job. And oh my God, I don't know. What would happen if we would realize, whoa, wait a minute. I'm kind of routinely exhibiting or displaying my own behavioral traits that I identify with as my sense of self, right? If we are so used to thinking and feeling and living with pretty much our own self-imposed fear response, what's our life going to be like? What's our health going to be like? And the beautiful thing about all this is that we, as the individual who's having these regular experiences, we hold the key. The individual holds the key. And by being willing to take that key, to assess what portal of awareness is available to you at any time, begins to allow you to start taking your own limitations, your own belief systems, your own sense of self that is formed almost entirely out of language that we were taught. When you create a habit of feeling that is greater than the belief systems of the words that we so desperately hang on to, we create the ability to rise above the conditioning or the conditions that most of the world have accepted as normal. And when we start to experience the benefit of that, the feeling of what it's like to just start to expand beyond your own limitations and to begin to feel changes happening in your body that, even though they're subtle at first, with practice, they start to get really, really beautiful, really powerful. And sometimes it can be scary. But this is a fear that when we start to trust, we start to embrace it, the fear is our teacher. It is life showing up in a way that maybe we don't expect or don't want. But how we meet life in those moments, it defines our state of being. It defines what the course of our life will be like moving forward and how willing we are as active participants to be the sculptor of our life. And that is really powerful. But sometimes we need help. We need to align ourselves with others that we resonate with. others that we sense might have the ability, even if it's only for a second, to inspire something in each of us that has always been there. It's always available to us. And the ability to start to harmonize your sense of self with that can start to reverse a lot of the conditions of health that many of us cling so tightly to. I've had so many different illnesses and sicknesses throughout my life, really severe ones. One especially really severe thing that lasted for 13 years. And when I started making peace with that in the exact opposite environment that I would think would ever allow me to make peace with that, my body was healing. People around me could feel it, and they, with their own willingness to engage with what it was they were feeling as a result of us being in coherence together, the more they begin to cultivate the feeling that it generated in them, the more willing they were to be active participants in creating a body that is a living ecosystem. It's almost like a terrarium. It's a living microbiome of so many different elements, bacteria, fluids. I mean, the fact that it can do all the things it does in this body, whether we're conscious of it or not, imagine what it would be like to be somewhat conscious of, or you've trained yourself to really be at peace, to really be aware of what's happening. And in doing that, eventually you start to feel what it's like for all of these incredible parts of our body to be in harmony together. And when you're so in tune with life, how can you be sick? I know those are big words to say, but it's true. So in my journey through life, I've met a lot who have many different health conditions. And it always reminded me, extreme health conditions. And every time I would interact with somebody like this, I saw the same fears in them that I experienced myself. And because of the way we're raised in the world, we start to think that the answers are outside of us. And to a degree, they could be. You know, the information to guide us to where we need to go can appear to be external. And there's a million cliche responses to it. You know, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Life is the real teacher. And sometimes people show up as life, guiding us to tune in to what we all really are. And to be able to see that all the fear that, yeah, again, it had some basis in reality around us, but we clung on to it. Just like, we literally forged our sense of self out of it. And now we can use a very similar process that we were unconscious of in a very conscious way. And so in bringing energy, right, when one of us is in a state of all these different elements in harmony with each other, and life force is teaming in and around our being, we're able to generate energy and be sustained by energy that would seem impossible to somebody who was stuck in a state of fear. believing that all they've ever been is what they are and what the world has taught them. And when you get one person choosing to be relaxed, present, aware, with another person who's willing to do the same, we begin to amplify the power that individually we are in harmony with, and that collectively that we are connected to others who are doing that. And tonight we're going to do all of that. We're going to get in tune. We're going to face some of the fears that we have from a place of being in tune. And then we're going to start generating energy together to begin to really consciously be aware of this pulse of creativity that is happening to and through every single one of us. It's causing the heart to beat. It's allowing thoughts to arise in the mind. It's allowing harmony between all the different organs and systems of our body. And when we get in a community of others who are doing this together, there's no manual, there's no chart that can show us what the potential is. Many things can point to it, and that's exciting. But we have the ability to steer this ship, our ship, the ship we're riding on together. We have the ability to do this, to exist, to be with ourselves, to be with others in a way that generates a tremendous amount of healing energy for everybody in our lives. So we're going to start in a minute here, and in a way we kind of already have. If anybody has anything they want to say, or even if you don't, if you have friends, family, loved ones, or a condition that you yourself have been struggling with, let yourself be aware of that. Whatever the first thing that comes to mind when you assess yourself, when you ask what you want to work on within yourself, let that be the point that begins to guide us. And if you have water, great. If not, I'll give you a minute or two to get some water near you. And if anybody has any questions or anything, do that for a couple minutes. And then, in keeping with the time that Greg mentioned, get going shortly. So if anybody has anything they want to share, please do. And if you don't have anything you want to publicly share, let yourself be aware of what you want to work on, both in yourself and together with us.
So I'll chime in really quick. So the title this week was the Channeling Collective Energy for Healing and Hope. And I know we have the special, I guess, event for Effraim, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So Effraim is somebody who reached out to me a while ago. We just had a lot of similarities that we would share. And I think he's 50 years old roughly, and he's a new father. And then he found out that he has cancer, stage 3 colon cancer is where it's at right now. And, he's an alternative health person. He's somebody who he has the ability to look around the world and see the beneficial practices and health ways of life, all of that. And he's open to it. And so for this to happen to him, I mean, it happens to so many, and I can only imagine how terrifying it is at first to come to terms with a cancer diagnosis. And at the same time, it's happening so much all over. Because as we live in a society that is toxic, and then we suddenly realize that, then we become the ones to help bring about this global detox. And so I talked with Greg and Louis and Peter, and we, there's so many different directions we want to take this. And at the same time, how can we streamline that process? How can we get everybody who is currently doing this with us to get the most beneficial benefit out of it? And, like rare celestial events where all these alignments of the stars come together and create different effects wherever, whatever is in proximity to them. So too are our relationships with life and with each other. And the thing I love about Effraim is that when I asked him if it was okay to do this, he was all for it. A lot of people wouldn't want to publicly do something like this, but he trusts me. He trusts you guys. He's been watching what we're all doing together. And he wants to do this. And as we together start to generate and channel energy from our heart, from these organic, miraculous, bioelectromagnetic pulses of life, our soul, when we generate love from that and for that, and direct it to others in our community that we're forming relationships with based upon this most important relationship that we as individuals have with life. The more empowered we become, and the more we can help bring or usher in whatever process Effraim or anybody or anything that everybody here is working on or wants to work on tonight, we have the ability to bring the resolution of that intention so much quicker when we do this. And also, before we begin, if anybody, if you feel like maybe this is too long that we were talking or that I was talking, and moving forward, if it would make more sense to start the meditation at 6 and then we'll just keep it all meditation. And, Greg and Louis and I have talked about maybe doing conversations a completely separate other night, but all that is in process. And also we've gotten quite a few requests of people who wanted to do shorter ones for the day. And so that's going to come too. We just got to figure out the details of it. So if no one has anything, then we'll begin. So just start to relax. Even everything that was just shared with you and the way you and your body responded to it, just let even that go for now. All you really need to do is relax. Getting your body totally relaxed, your feelings, to just focus on all of that being relaxed. That is the most important part of everything that we're doing together. That relaxed sense of self is the foundation that gives us the platform to generate feelings that we choose to generate out of and for the life force that is already happening to each and every one of us. And so wherever you are, whatever time of day it is, no matter anything that has happened up to this point right now, just let yourself be totally at peace with your presence, with your body, with all of us. And keep in mind that each and every one of us has ancestors. We have a lineage of both flesh and blood and even greater soul lineages of beings that are always with us, that we come from. And that maybe in many cases, the actual soul that we are could be an amalgamation, a melding of all the different lineages, both physical and non-physical. Everything that everybody related to us has ever experienced is a part of our experience right now. And the better we get at relaxing our body, making total peace with where we are, with how we feel, with what we think, it allows us to start to be able to focus on who and what we want to be and what we want to create in this world that is in harmony with the world itself. As you continue to relax, let yourself begin to become aware of your breath. With the foundation of relaxation, and then your awareness of your breathing. Process that happens whether we're aware of it or not. And when we choose to start being aware of this process that is happening involuntarily, we can start to find a balance point between the autonomic functioning of our breathing, meaning the part of it that is already happening from the energy that is there for it to happen from, between the point of it happening naturally and by us intentionally bringing our awareness to that, we can find a balance point in our awareness that begins to harmonize with the unconscious aspect of our voluntary breathing. Part of us that's ready to be more aware of that. And from a place of being relaxed, and being aware of our breathing, gentle, slow breathing. We can literally go right into our heart with our awareness. And we can choose to generate love for our own body. We choose to do this. And our bodies are so powerful that when we choose to feel love for ourselves, for our body, then all of these involuntary processes that are happening, if we're not paying attention, they all begin to work together to make your intention a reality. All of these different, seemingly complex biochemistry reactions of your body that are the sum total of countless billions of years of evolutionary development. It all, like a rare celestial event, aligns in a way that allows us to become a lot more powerful, to be supported by the natural law, the coherent physical fields of energy in the natural world that is everywhere around us and all through us. From a place of being relaxed, breathing, and choosing to feel love, to generate that energy of feeling love, and making it a new priority, both right now, the time we spend together here, and seeds that you're planting that will continue to grow. And if you haven't been able to feel or generate your own love for your own being, put just a little smile on your face, and whatever feeling that the smile creates, feel that feeling from your heart. And if you can't, then imagine what it might feel like. Create the conditions in your body to begin to build states of being based upon your own ability to generate energy, to focus that energy on whatever you feel you need to, and to make it a natural process, a routine process, something that you do regularly, something that you begin to form a healthy habit just by showing up and doing. Once a week is a great way to start. And then every other day, every day, just a little bit of practice that you commit to, that you're going to do unconditionally. You're going to generate love for your body, for this life, even if it only lasts a second. And then after that second passes, you're going to realize that you have the ability to do it again. And you make a few attempts. Maybe some of those attempts you don't feel that love. And maybe some you do. If you continue to keep showing up, then you're continuing to build that platform, creating states of being with the infinite, innate intelligence of the life force that you truly are. And in your human self, who you think and feel and believe yourself to be, you are taking that person and you're getting that person in harmony with what's already there. And then that person, you, can begin to create more rest, more peace that you can feel throughout your entire body at once, or that you can focus in different areas of your body. As you begin to make peace while you're breathing gently, relax. And as you are building this ability to generate power, to generate energy, to generate feelings that feel the way you know that you're possible of feeling. To feel love, to feel self-worth, to feel empowered. Just by beginning to train yourself to create energy for no reason at all other than you're choosing to. And you're choosing to do it with what is already available to you, your life force. Feel what it would be like to be really good at doing this. And smile a little bit more. And see if there's any feelings that came up out of just what we did. Whether you feel that feeling as a little smile or a flash of something anywhere in your body, or if you thought about something that just had a little bit of something that you know is possible. Memorize that feeling. Continue to relax. Continue to breathe. Continue to acknowledge your ability to generate energy. For a few moments, just allow your body, the body chemistry, allow everything that is happening inside of you to surface. If you have memories of loved ones passing, if there's things that are in your awareness that deep down you kind of know are affecting you, but that maybe you haven't allowed to fully surface, pain of relationships that are not in harmony, from our mother, our father, brothers, our sisters, our companions, pets, our friends, our relationship with society, all of our loved ones' relationship with society. Everything that makes you what you are right now has all emerged or evolved or come from something that you're still related to, and something that you are entirely capable of making peace with, of bringing healing energy that you're generating, so that everybody and everything a part of you that brought you to where you are right now, the peace you feel in your body and the love, the energy that you are choosing to generate is timeless. It is boundless. And when you intentionally embrace your ability to create your own feelings, the harmony of all your systems working together, with you being conscious of it, you bring that same energy to everybody related to you. No matter how far in the past it might seem, you can generate energy, and you are generating energy. And you can choose how you want that energy to feel inside of you. And it will begin to make peace of and harmonize all of your DNA, all of your subatomic structures of your physical and non-physical body. And through your willingness to be totally at peace with what you feel, the more that seeps into your ancestry. And if there's particular people or experiences that you've held on to, or that have been there in your awareness and you weren't sure why, let whoever or whatever it is that is affecting you, negatively or positively, it doesn't matter. Whoever it is that is in your awareness now, or whatever situation, whatever it is that created something in you that you continue to revisit throughout the course of your life, because the relationship was that impactful. Let all of that feel the peace and love that you are choosing to generate inside of yourself. Let all of that relax relax with you, to smile with you, with all us. Let yourself acknowledge that on some level, you are closing out the collective pain body of everybody and everything that is in your life right to this moment. And that you're sending off or relaxing or vaporizing the memory of anything that you continue to revisit so that it doesn't bother you anymore. The energy we have the ability to generate through our body chemistry, it knows no limits, no time, no amplitudes of magnification. When you get good at creating a state of being that is harmonious with the systems that are already in your body, you can amplify that to whatever degree you want and to degrees that you don't even know yet, but that you suspect are possible. Breathing, you're really relaxed. You're smiling. You've just begun to make peace, or you did make peace with everybody and everyone part of your life now or in the past. And you're allowing a more clear reflection of this soul that you are, that we are. And you have the ability to be aware of how that soul, that miraculous bioelectromagnetic force, is interacting with the waters of your body. How that soul is interacting with the organs, these beautiful and mesmerizing systems of our body that seem impossible but are not. The impossible is happening. It is real. And the person that may have formed throughout the course of our life, who we think we are, that has formed with maybe not the degree of awareness that we know we're capable of living in. And when that person takes that energy of awareness and begins to build themselves in a way where they start to become conscious of everything that's happening in your body and now in these moments. Together, we are creating a habit of being so present with what it feels like to be in a body that is creating miracles, no matter if we're aware of it or not. And creating a habit of being that aware of what is already happening allows us to be even more present with life, our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings. We are creating habits of being so present with all of these different facets of who and what we are, that we're bringing conscious awareness to all of it so that it all begins to harmonize, so that the energy we are generating is coming from the peace that we are intentionally feeling. We're creating a habit of being relaxed. And no matter what thoughts and beliefs might happen when we're creating, the ability to feel peaceful with your being, those thoughts, feelings, the temporary. And from the harmony that you are beginning to sustain in your body, you can take that feeling and allow it to influence your sense of self, who you really know you have the potential to be. And if there's anything in your body that troubles you or that hurts or that you're concerned about, be aware of that from a place of peace. See how it feels when you just let it be whatever it wants. No matter how much it hurts, no matter how much it bothers you, feel peace even deeper than your trouble. Let your troubles totally be caught and massaged and integrated into the peace that you know you can feel, that you are creating a habit of feeling. Let your worries bathe in the peace that you are creating. Let whatever it is that's troubling be harmonized by you becoming aware of what it feels like to have all your systems working in harmony together, because you are creating the body chemistry to be able to create even deeper peace that is supported by your awareness, that knows no bounds, time, you're choosing to be influenced by the most influential force in everybody's life. But that until now, most of us weren't focusing on. Like a little kid who still is innocent and eyes and a heart filled with awe and wonder. That little kid is still in you, still is you. And when you begin to trust the conditions of your health, of anything that is in your body, anything that brings you concern, anxiety, when you meet all of that from a place of intentional, cultivated peace and an open heart, willing to love unconditionally because you are just letting it do that. You are causing your body to create feelings that you want to feel, that are supported by star systems near and far, the universe, the divine. It is by your side. It's backing you up. It is here and now and working with you, with all of us. And we are choosing to be a lot more aware of it. Create a habit of being aware of what it's like to feel the magnificence, the miraculous nature of the life force in and around us, to be brought into balance because we are choosing to feel love, choosing to feel it for no reason at all except for that we choose to. And like when you turn a light switch on and off, your ability to generate this kind of power at will becomes a skill that you get really good at. That once you really start to get good at it, it makes you want to get even better, to get even closer to begin to form an understanding at a deep cellular level of how your free will, your intention, when harmonized to all the functions of your being, creates new potential, new power. And that the feeling of that power can flood every single strand of DNA, can empower every single cell and atom in your body, whether it's subatomic or universal in scale. It's all one big, infinitely small process that is playing out regardless if we're aware of it or not. Not when we choose to start being more aware of it, by creating the conditions in our body so that our sense of self becomes more harmonized with it. That as a byproduct, our senses of perception start to develop, and we find parts of our awareness that begin to become developed in a way so that living geometries, so that mysteries, so that different areas of our own evolutionary process, in conjunction with all of our ancestors who have been with us since we came into this world, we are creating harmony with all of that. Because we're creating harmony with it, we come out of the belief and perception of time. We become timeless. And as a result, we become present. We become so present that we know when we're not. And because with our presence, we are choosing to generate energy that we want to feel, and that we want to feel in all the areas of our body. We are creating the conditions for life to thrive in us now. And so everybody and everything that is currently in our life, if we're aware of anybody through our heart, then through the peace of the sense of self we are intentionally generating, so too will they be reflected back to you from a place of peace. And like learning to ride a bike, once you start to do this and you get good at it, it becomes a lot easier to keep doing. And if it feels like it gets too easy, then you're signaling to life that you're ready to expand the potential of what you feel, what you want to heal, no matter how hard it seems. You are turning your perceptual muscles on to become more acutely aware of all these systems in you that you are choosing to be aware of and to generate harmonious, relaxed energy with. And while you're breathing, you're present, you're smiling, really feel that smile reverberate through anywhere in your body, through anyone you perceive as being troubling to you, to any health conditions that are always trying to get your attention. Give them your attention and make sure you're doing it from a place of calm, from a place of peace, from a place of you choosing to love life simply because you can. And because as you continue to do that, you're getting better and better at it. For a few moments, just completely let go of everything we just shared. And let's take a few moments and focus on my friend Effraim. Focus on Ephraim's being. You don't know what he needs to look like. All you got to do is feel inside the part of you that he can temporarily represent. He has family. He has loved ones that love him tremendously. And when we have meaningful relationships like that in our life, it can help us to thrive. And just let him be aware of the peace that you are feeling, of the relaxed state of joy you're choosing to cultivate. If for some reason you feel like this is something that he needs to continue to work through, but with greater clarity, let yourself feel that. Or if you for a moment can feel and envision what it would be like for him and everybody in his heart, for his condition to just be gone at the flick of a switch. Feel that. And make a wish for him. Whatever you want that to be. Feel what that wish would feel like in your heart while we're focusing on him, his family, his loved ones that love him unconditionally and that he reciprocates with. We are amplifying love in our lives so that we can amplify it in others just because we're choosing to harmonize everything and to sustain that. And so when we meet beautiful people like Effraim, we hear of others that we know about or that we care about or that we may not even know, but some part of us is connected to them. Together, we are creating states of being that allow us to show up for others in a way that they might not even be aware of. But they sense something because you are aware of it. You are showing up to life now, to your presence, to the realization that your sense of self can be entirely influenced by the harmony of this miraculous energy that is causing our body to do functions faster than the speed of light. faster than sound. That's what's allowing us to be who we are. Imagine how incredible it would feel to be in harmony with that all the time, or even just more of the time. It's what we're creating space to do. And so as you're feeling love for Effraim and his family, wish them the best and know that it is in the process of happening. And let your awareness start to come back into the core of your own being, whatever that means for you, however it feels. Let your sense of self that is empowered by the miracle of life itself through all of these incredible systems of our body, let all the circuits in your body be connected to all of that now. And by smiling into it, you are allowing that energy, that self-generated feeling of what is already there. You're letting it propagate throughout your entire body, from subatomic levels to universal levels. Your being, your energy field, the evolution of that energy is completely on your side. And the more you begin to embrace what that can represent for you and your health and any condition has you focusing on it a lot, let it all just completely relax with you while you're aware of your breath, while you're feeling life, while you're feeling your own ability to generate love, energy, and what that energy feels like, and what you want to continue working on it with so that it can feel even more empowering than it does. These are the seeds we're planting together. And for a few moments right now, just let go of everything. You are no one, nowhere, with nothing that's in your way. You are an energy that is miraculous in nature, that for now is animating an experience of who we think we are in these bodies. And you are creating the flow of your own awareness to become harmonized with the living universe itself. Universal law, natural law, not the law of men. not the human court systems that scare us and make us sometimes feel powerless. We're focusing on cosmic court. We're talking about birth and a transcendent of form from the souls we are. We're talking about and focusing on infinite possibility in a short experience that seems like it's limiting, but that it's actually not. If you are in a really deep state and you want to keep going, then we all send you and your loved ones as much healing potential as we can feel together as a group. And you can hang up from this call and continue to go wherever you want to take it. And for everybody who wants to stay and come into a more waking state, smile as big as you can right now while your eyes are closed. And let that smile just empower you from the inside out. Let your entire body be bathed in that feeling. You're smiling. You are choosing to do that. The world could look like it was falling to pieces, but you're choosing to smile because you are engaging your perceptual muscles in a way that strengthens them so that you can more harmonize yourself with the infinite coherent fields of life itself. You're creating a habit of that so that you are in harmony and supported by cosmic law, universal law, divine law, and that the court systems of this human world don't bother you one bit. You know they are just a temporary station to process things that need to be processed for reasons we don't have to even bother ourselves with. And as we start to come back into more of a waking state, memorize the feeling of knowing what it feels like to generate your own feelings and begin to take that feeling that you're memorizing and build it on to the platform of a relaxed body, of a relaxed emotional state. And as you begin to form your platform to continue to cultivate your own growth, without even thinking about it, feel that smile in the water that you brought with you to our meeting. Feel that smile like it's your heartbeat itself in the water. Let every single cell, let every part of your body rejoice to be in celebration, because the soul of your life is reflecting from the water in and around your being, including the water that we're focusing on now, that you will drink shortly. Smile. Feel your pulse in that water. Just for a moment, let a part of you be aware of that water, and then let the other part of your awareness focus on tapping and creating friction in our hands to generate a little bit of heat so that we can take the palms of our hands and place them over our eyes in complete darkness for a moment, if we can. And let the feeling of everything that we worked on tonight just be in and around your whole body right now. And take your fingers, start at the top of your forehead, and slowly make your way down your face, tapping, creating new blood flow, temporary pathways for energy to pulse through it. And if you haven't opened your eyes yet, and you can pick up the water you have charged, that we have charged, do so and take a sip of it with that huge smile. The energy that you have chosen to feel and generate, and that you're going to continue to work on your own, with us. So yes, please share with anybody, everybody, nobody, whatever you feel like doing. Help us get the word out there. We're getting back into our power as a group, as individuals. And we're going to reflect this back and forth to each other until a healthier world starts to become self-evident all around us. Thank you, Greg, for all your help. Thank you, everybody here, for showing up. Let's make a commitment. Keep doing this. Each time we meditate, we are installing new neural networks that every time we revisit them, get stronger and stronger. Thank you again, everybody, and we will see you soon. Love you all. Yeah, anybody who wants to comment on any of these platforms, do it. We'll get them. And this link, this Zoom link, is so you can be in here with us, but we're streaming out a bunch of other platforms too. So